So, how can we factor numbers? If someone asked you, hey, what are the factors of 80? Well, what you have to do is you have to ask yourself, well, what times what makes 80? We're going to break 80 down into its component parts, into its factors. Now, you can always start with just 1 and 80. That's fine, right? That totally works for me. Okay, well, 1 times 80 is 80. And then work your way up. Say, go to the next number. Go up by 1. 2. Does 2 go into 80? You bet, because 2 times 40 is 80. Then you do 3. Oops, 3 doesn't go into 80 evenly, but 4 does. 4 20s makes 80. Now, since it ends in a 0, 5 is going to go in it. That's 5 times 18. And what else do we have here? Well, we've got, 6 is going to go into 80. Okay, terrific. 6 times, no, that's not terrific. 6 does not go into 80. We're almost out of the woods here because if you think of 6 times 10 is 60. 3 more 6 is going to be 18. That's going to put you at 78. That's close to 80, but it's got to be perfectly 80. So 6, no. 7, no. 8, and 10. So these are all the factors of 80. And in my mind, it's sort of like a rainbow or a menorah. You have 1 times 80. Follow the arc. 2 times 40. So on and so forth. So those are all the factors of 80. And once you get to that middle region, notice how the last one we had was 8 times 10. Now, we couldn't get a 9 there. 9 doesn't go into 80, and then we would get back up to 10. So, once you sort of get to that folding over sort of halfway point, if you think about it, it's not a coincidence. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 is a perfect square near 80. And that was sort of our middle. So that's kind of an interesting thing to observe. Okay, so those are the factors of 80. So keep in mind, we can factor numbers. We can also factor numbers and variables. We can factor sums of numbers and variables, as you can see in my other videos. So now let's try for 42. Okay, well, 1 times 42. That's 42. Start at 1, go up by 1. 2. Well, since 42 is even, that's 2 times 21. If you want, you can do 42 divided by, you can kind of kick it old school, 42 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. You have none left over. 2 times what is 4? 2. 2 times 1. I'm just doing old school division here, which I feel like I should do a video on. I definitely should. But so 2 times 21, 3. Now 3 does go into this. If you think about it, the digits of 4 and 2, when you add them up, they make 6. And 3 goes into that. So that's interesting. 3 is our next one. That's 3 by 14. Think about it. 3 times 10 is 30. And then the 3 times the 4 is 12. 30 and 12, that makes our 42. 4 times 10 is 40. That's a near miss. 5 doesn't go into it. 6 times 7. And we know we're done. We're sort of at that halfway point. And you'll notice there's this cool pairing. Let's just do one more while we're at it. Let's say just so you can see this. This just kind of occurred to me. Someone asked you, well, what are the factors of 36? Well, there's 1 in 36. 2, it's even. 2 in 18. 3 dozen. 4 times 9. But then there's one more that we kind of have to nuzzle in here. 5 doesn't go into it. Ooh, but 6 goes into it. 36 is a perfect square. it's 6 times 6. So when you have a perfect square like that, I don't think it really makes sense to list the 6 again. You really shouldn't have any repetition when you're talking about the factors. So we know it's 6 times 6. And you still have the sort of rainbow menorah vibe. But since it was just 6 times 6 that perfectly made 36, we only listed that factor once. So that's all the factors of 36. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.